Hey, pre-notification gang. Thanks to the resub, Nick. And the resub, Govna and Ethan. The gift sub, Tossic. And the resub, Jespit, Nero, and Pilkey. And Brock. Yeah, the Meat Canyon video is fantastic. Thanks to the resub, Boyman, Goblin, Jack, Hunted, and Tier 1 Dragon. Oh, hey Kronos. You're gonna play Halo Infinite again? I probably will at some point. I just haven't felt like it recently. I know Season 3 or whatever came out and it's pretty decent. Like actual big changes. It's just I haven't felt motivated to hop into Halo Infinite recently. There's the resub, Luna, Vengeful, Hydra, Muck, Double, Elite, Cade, Jimmy, Donshay, Razia, and Tier 1 Blungus. The Tier 1 Raxium. Next season is the content season going by the leaks. Okay, then maybe I'll play it next season. Maybe that'll be the time I finally hop back in. Oh yeah, we can talk about the Chris Chan situation. Here, let me pull it up. Oops. Actually, it's fine. Thanks to 10 gift subs, Capping. Good to see you. Hope you had a good night. Thanks to resub, Redex, Juice, Blasian, Alejo, Adrian, Bronze, and the Prime Weeb, and the 5 gift subs, Metalhead. I've already watched Meat Canyon. I answered that like at least 300 times yesterday, and I'm assuming it'll be even more tonight. I already watched it. It was amazing. Thanks to resub, Temple, Kiln, in the Bits Kachow. Watching it on stream wouldn't change anything. I'd still be bombarded with Watch Meat Canyon, even if I watched it 5 times an hour. So it'll just be easier just to continuously answer it as opposed to watch it every single time. Thanks to the resub, Geo. And the Bits Dung, Xeno and the resub. Hot Fire and Kane and the Prime Dragon and the Bits Crown. Warhammer dropped a new cinematic for 10th edition. I'll check it out. Thanks for resub, Hermelio. You just reminded me. The Henry Cavill Warhammer show was not at all what anyone was expecting, huh? It's him just reading the lore, right? I was really hoping it was going to be like an actual full production Warhammer series. But that doesn't seem to be the case. There's the resub bullet in the prime bin in tier 1 asterisk. Is it 40k lore or fantasy? I don't remember. There's the resub nerdy in the prime torrent and the resub Dave and 3 gift subs party. Would you ever work with Berserker project with Keanu? Yeah, if you wanted, sure. Sounds great. Wow, there's a name I haven't heard in years. Sean Kingston, huh? Thanks for resub arcade. Oh, all the stories are great, Arrow. I've seen, well, read bits and pieces of some of them. I think the lore is fascinating, but I would have really liked it to be like a full show, as opposed to just like reading Rainbow for Warhammer. Thanks to the bits money in tier 1 cyber. Well, wishing you a speedy recovery. Of course, I'll play the new Zelda on stream. Thanks to resub Alex, Softserve, Thomas, and Slam. And Goog. And you hear about Chris Avalone? Yeah, I saw that. I don't even remember what that whole situation was about, but yeah, apparently he did a great job of clearing his name. Thanks to give sub Blungus. But I don't even know what that situation was. Thanks to Prime Mickey and the tier 1 lips. The accusers now have to pay him over $1 million in damages. Good. If it was all fraudulent shit, they deserve it. 100%. Yep, Chris Chan is out. Apparently. Why did they get an email about this? What the fuck? Wow. Oh, they send out like a notice? This email is to inform you that Christine Chandler with offender number was released from custody. If you have any concerns about your immediate safety, contact your local law enforcement. What the fuck? Okay. Damn. The streets are not safe out there around Christine Chandler. They sent out a goddamn, like, air raid siren. Wild. But yeah, apparently bonded out. The article speculates it could be changing of facilities or even a mental institution, but we just don't know. There's the resub large, Vizlo, G-Dog, Bonsai, and the Prime Lurker, and Fast Time. There's the Prime Armadillos. And the resub Chrono. Yep, I already watched the Meat Canyon video, and it was top tier. Let's give some Fates. The resub Jacob. When's the next MWL video? Should be within 2 weeks. Shouldn't take longer than that. It's a fucking banger. Thanks to the bits Atomic. And yeah, I've been down that rabbit hole. Ooh. Thank you for the anonymous 25 gift subs. Jesus. Appreciate the big drop. Thank you for that. God damn. Thanks to the resub Izzo and the bits. No, I didn't see the new Jujutsu Kaisen trailer. I'll look at it in a minute. Thanks to the resub Slick and Seal and Swaggy. The resub Tony. Yeah, this situation I just learned about today. Apparently, this is not uncommon at GDC for people to be roofied there, so it happened again, which is crazy that it even happened the first time. But I suppose quite a few people got roofied while attending GDC, which is fucking horrifying. Again? Yeah, I guess. Hey, Andrew. It's a game developer conference. There's a resub Stick in the Prime Soul. Were they arrested? I don't think they've been identified yet by authorities. I can't believe whoever it was wasn't arrested last time. I don't know how they keep getting away with it. That is foul. Apparently it happened at like the karaoke event that was hosted. I don't know where that was. Maybe Bill Cosby's estate, but Jesus, I don't know how this has happened multiple times now. What a fucking menace. I guess it could have been like the bartender. That has happened before. I remember reading about a case where a bartender used to like roofie people. I guess that could be the case. Just an evil bartender. Horrible though. There's the Prime Clematis, Luke, and the resub Deku. I did see that on Twitter right before stream, Tori. That was wild. Thanks to resub Dirty Dog and the gift sub Mitch. Look what Elon tweeted. Oh, are you talking about the having to be blue checkmark verified in order to be on the For You page or something? Like only showing verified accounts on For You? I did see that, yeah. I guess I'll pull it up. Here. So basically, pay $8 a month or you don't show up on the For You page. So for people that follow you, you won't get seen, I guess. I got a hot take. I think that's great. The more bad decisions he makes for the platform and the more people leave it, the better humanity is. I wish he would actually force you to pay to use Twitter. I think that'd be even better to expedite the process. There's the resub Zern, Kopi, Coco, Karmatic, Greed, Nazi, LS, ACOG, Light, and the Prime Duck. And no, I didn't even hear about that story, Kopi. And I'm almost finished with My Hero, yeah. Not a terrible season. Wouldn't all the Twitter losers just be somewhere else, though? Yeah, but they wouldn't all make it to the same after party. They'd get splintered off into different pockets. It wouldn't be just a giant hive mind like Twitter. Thanks to the resub Mario and Trek. I'm not sure, Blaine. And the resub Brosen. Thanks for the 5 gift subs, Dirty Dog. Appreciate it, man. And the Prime Yak and resub Genghis Khan. Do you think they'll take refuge on Reddit if Elon decides to kill Twitter? No, they'll go to all different places. I imagine Tumblr will see a big influx. Reddit, of course. I don't think anyone would go to Gab. Gab is already like too far dead, even for like real wackos. That's just not a real platform at the moment. So I think it'd really be mainly Reddit and Tumblr that would pick up all the stragglers from Twitter. Yeah, I guess maybe Truth Social. Truth Social at least has somewhat of a presence. Gab has nothing at the moment. So they might go to Truth Social, Reddit, and Tumblr. Well, Kick isn't like a Twitter or a social media hub like that. It's a streaming site. So they wouldn't go to Kick. That wouldn't make any sense. Just like they wouldn't go to Twitch. Facebook has a pretty big shit posting side. I just don't see them going to Facebook. Facebook is mainly for like groups and shit that most people that are hard addicted to Twitter are probably already a part of. So I don't see them picking up a ton of like the Twitter outcasts. I really think it would be Truth Social, Reddit, and Tumblr. Thanks to the resub Holt, Caliber, Caitlyn, the Prime Stink, and Tier 1 Admiral, and the resub Lion, Prime Volt. And the resub Zeus. And the Tier 1 Artificial. Do I remember Manhunt? Yeah, of course I do. You hear about the Mississippi meteorologist that got fired for quoting Snoop Dogg on air? Yeah, I did see that. That was pretty wacky. I did see. What do I think about Kick? I think it's got a lot of problems, but I really do hope that it pops off because more competition in the streaming space is a good thing for everybody. So I know Train made that statement about 6 new huge people coming to Kick. I hope he follows through on that and it's not just overhyped. I really do hope they somehow snatched up 6 exclusive massive talents to really start putting the screws on the streaming industry because that helps everyone. Even if you hate Kick, it's still good for you as a Twitch viewer, regardless, because then Twitch is going to have incentive to stop making horrible decisions. But it has a lot of problems it needs to fix as well. Thanks to the resub. You know me in the prime Foom and the Bits Fate. It's too big for a playmat, Fate. It's like a whole desk. Or it's a full-length desk mat. No, I didn't even hear about that story, Mac. And not really, Carp. Thanks to resub, Nick. Will I leave Twitch? I don't really plan on it. I'll definitely start multi-streaming once my contract's up with Twitch. I'll stream onto my Moist Charlie Clips channel. So I'll do Twitch and YouTube. Thanks to the resub. Chala, Zarana, Scott, and the gift sub Artificial and the resub Midnight. It'd just be really convenient because then the VOD goes up immediately on that channel and then can easily cut it up into the individual videos. It'd make it really, really convenient. Thanks to the bits. One and only Phineas and the resub Iron. And 2 gift subs Bubs and the resub Scuba. Oh, sweet. Well, I hope you're doing alright, Phineas. I didn't play it. I just know about it, Dom. I've seen the gameplay. I just haven't played it myself. And thanks to the Prime Nightmare. You have a contract with Twitch. How does that work? Never knew streamers had contracts. Oh, most streamers on Twitch right now are under some kind of contract from a couple years ago. And it's about as simple as it gets. You have a certain amount of hours you're expected to stream, certain amount of ad density, and that's it. There's a tier 1 Caroline, and the resub Eritro, and the 5 gift subs Ethereal. Thank you, Ethereal. I think it's a tier 1 Jock and the Prime Crow. How long is the contract? Depends. Some are a year, some are 2 or 3 years. Thanks, Resub Globe. They make you stream a certain amount of time. Yeah, YouTube does that as well. Facebook Gaming, when that was still alive, does. I'm sure Kick does. All streaming platforms do. Is the resub Lusty? Have you seen the worst? Have you seen the worst Tony stand-up part 1? I don't even know what you're talking about with that. No, can't say I've seen Tony's stand-up. Bro, Facebook gaming still exists? Yeah, I guess kind of. Well, yeah. Is the bits artificial and the resub crazy? Thanks to the resub Rose and the Prime Cameron. The resub Merlin and Peony. And the Prime Trunks. You can play Jedi Survivor? Yeah, of course I will. Thanks, resub Gym Leader. You think all kick contracts come with a number of hours you have to gamble? Probably not. I know it's backed by stake and everything, but I highly doubt they want all of their streamers to be gamblers. I don't know if you were being serious or making a joke, but I could absolutely see that being a legitimate question because it is backed by stake. Like, that's the crazy part. That could have been a legitimate question. But I don't think they want all gamblers, but I think gambling on Kick is mutually beneficial for the platform because it's backed by stake. So they get a lot out of a person who gambles on Kick on stake. So it really would make sense if they did have some kind of gambling clause, to be honest, but I doubt they do. Thanks to resub Elijah, Zero, Satiator, Glitter, and the Prime Trunks. And the resub Salt. And Tier 1 Goth. Give sub Zesty and resub Miss. And the Bits King. Yep, the Meat Canyon video was fantastic. Thanks to resub Green. Oh, this was just a shitty, awful elevator moment. Just more of the TikTok main character syndrome. I just saw this earlier and it was still up. I already know everyone on that elevator wanted to get off on that floor no matter what and then just take the stairs. That shit sucks. But that's that TikTok brain rot in full effect. Thanks to the resub iRoll, Shurg, True, and Snaps. The door's literally open. Brother, it's an elevator. Not everyone gets off on the same floor. They are trapped in here until they get to their floor, unless they want to take the stairs. Why would she post this? They weren't even singing along. Delusion. It's just actual delusion. That's all. Thanks to the resub Anxious and Edgar and the Prime Beef and the resub Brad and 5 gift subs. Hal. And the bits Trippy and resub Chaz. Hope you're doing well, Edgar. I already know all about that, Baba Yaga. We actually watched a lot of that on stream going over that case. Thanks to resub Harp. Will you play all the GTA story modes on stream? Probably not. Thanks to resub Apple. And the Bits Ghost. Oh yeah, here, I'll check out the new Jujutsu Kaisen trailer. Is this real? Oh, it must be. That music was terrible. Holy fuck, that music was bad. I'm just not a fan of that, like, chaos randomly banging on shit. But I'm still very excited for season 2. You don't like jazz, it's cool. Oh, I love jazz, actually. That wasn't jazz. That's like me trying to play jazz. That shit was terrible. What the fuck? It's the resub Leo and Caddy. Carpet, Jar, and Hail. It's the Bits Goth and Checkmate. Yeah, I'm looking forward to ReZero Season 3. I didn't like it, so it's not jazz. I love how all of a sudden everyone's an expert on jazz when I know damn well the vast majority of you saying, L take, this is the best jazz I've ever heard, have never listened to jazz in your life. You're just going along with the trend because of the people that did like it. You want to make sure you fit in. Thanks to the gift sub Nimble and the Prime Medusa. Does ReZero Season 3 have a trailer right now? Oh, it does. Thanks to the gift sub Thursam and the resub Nation. This isn't the final season, right? No, I didn't think so. Nice. Thanks to resub Hub, Chief, Prosciutto, Huntradation, Rib, and Alice. Ooh, and the bits Tori, Seenan, and Crown. And the Tier 1 Mila. Have you seen the Contraband Police on Steam? It sounds very familiar. Very familiar. Thanks, Resub Sanchez. Thanks to the gift sub Thursam. What's the worst song you ever heard? I don't know what the single worst song I've ever heard is. There is an artist that I have never heard a good song from. Fuck is his name? Who's the country artist who has a working at the night shift? Oh, who is that? Luke Bryan? Because I know I can't stand his music either. Oh, yeah. He's this guy. Rain is a good thing. I heard that one pretty recently as well. I love how country music's just like observations they make, and they're like, fuck it, I'll just turn it into a generic country song. It's a fucking scarecrow again. Yeah, what's the lyrics to Rain again? Or Rain is a good thing. Rain makes corn, corn makes whiskey, whiskey makes my baby wanna get a little frisky. Something like that, I think, right? Yeah. Christ. Jesus. Thanks for gifts of artificial. And the bits artificial. No, I haven't heard of them before, up. But thanks for the bits and thanks for resub Wheezy. Thanks for resub Virtue. That was not good. You just don't get it. You don't understand Rain. I think that's the big problem. I know he had another pretty impressive stinker too, though. Is he the one that sang "Gonna turn this cornfield into a party," and then it goes into dubstep like? Is that Luke Bryan? That is Luke Bryan? Okay, cool. Well, actually, I don't even know if I can trust chat anymore. You guys got it wrong with the fucking night shift, but I'm pretty sure it is. About turning a cornfield into a party and then he integrates dubstep. Yeah, that's Kick the Dust Up. Oh, yeah, that's what it's called. Kick the Dust Up. He's a tier 1 J lag, the Prime Asher, the Bits Baba Yaga, a Bungie, and Denied. I did see that Denied, and now it's going on a hiatus. Thanks to Prime Stellar, and I haven't seen it yet, Biz. Thanks to 5 gift subs again, Ethereal. Thanks to the Bits Yo. Play it? What? The Kick the Dust Up? No, it's probably enough country music for a whole week. Thanks to the resub, Corgi. Yep, the new Meat Canyon video is amazing. I watch all of Kit Boga's content, Swavey, seen it? There's the Prime Levis. And the Give Sub Artificial. And the Bits Nimble. The Warhammer cinematic. Yeah, sure, I'll check it out. Can we watch it again? What, Luke Bryan? No. Absolutely not.
Victory. That is what the preachers cry from the spires of their temples.
Man, visually this already looks fucking
Commanders
amazing.
tell the soldiers in their service. The Indomitus Crusade meets with triumph after triumph. Day by day we tear Imperium Nihilus from the Despoiler's grip. And though we are beset on all sides, with each battle we drive back the mutant, the heretic.
I love watching these cinematics even though I understand nothing about it. Space Marine 2 comes out pretty soon, right?
As I speak these words, our forces engage the remnants of Leviathan.
Hey, Meadow.
Reclaiming lost worlds, atoning for old shames. A crusade to cleanse the stars. Taking the fight to the enemy.
So what is this advertising? 10th edition?
We routed the
Thanks to Prime
Tyranids of
Ham,
Baal.
a Shiloh, and Tier 1
We
Cape.
broke their high fleet. Soon, their foulness will be but a memory. That is what the preachers say.
So what progresses the lore in Warhammer? Does every new edition come with a new lore dump that expands upon the already established story? Or how does it work? Yeah? Is that the only time the lore expands? Or how does it work? Because there's so much lore to it, but if they're only 10 editions deep, I am surprised that there could be such a massive world built up. So I don't really understand how it builds then. No external books as well. Okay, so like that's supplemental. Tier 1 welder. And the 5 gift subs, Kate. Thank you, Kate. Resub Borg and Oblivious. The Hidari stop motion samurai. You can check it out. Hey, Jay. Well, it's probably good that you need to be a lore expert to work there. This is a bit schneef. New editions go through the present, books go through the past, like 10,000 years. Well, I imagine that's not the case for every single one, right? That wouldn't make any sense. Sure, they have the freedom to explore whatever time period they want in whichever one they want to, in whichever medium they want to. Story's been expanding for the past year through Arcs of Omen, and now 10th edition is coming around. And these bugs are the main bad guys now. What are they, like the Zerg? The Tyrannid.
Relief will not save us. Lies will not protect us. But it is our hope that will.
So are they new? Are the Tyrannids new? Or is this like an ancient threat that they've been battling for a long time? No? Okay. One day I'll really dive in. One fucking day.
The spies in the slums.
It's just such a daunting task to get caught up with this whole universe.
Our people sing of victory. Victory as the galaxy burns. Victory as the Imperium rots around us. Victory as humanity rages against the dying of the light.
God, that was cool. I love 40k content, even understanding nothing about it.
Victory.
I really hope at some point they do make like a full television series or some kind of production out of it. Yep, the new Meat Canyon video was amazing. Thanks for 5 gift subs again, Ethereal. And the resub Jazz in the Prime. Destin and Reap in the resub Estavio. And no, I didn't see that, harass. Oh, really? The bugs are called Tyrannid, and they actually won a lawsuit against StarCraft because Zerg were copy and paste Tyrannids down to the model design. That's why StarCraft 2 took so long to come out. They had to redesign them. Is that real? Holy shit, that's crazy. Thanks to resub Honey, Kev, Vantai, and the Tier 1 Mike. And the Prime Platinum. Does Bricky do like lore breakdowns? Yeah, Resident Evil 4 was fantastic. Moistmeter will be up tomorrow for it. You don't need a gaming chair if you don't want one. Whatever chair you think is most comfortable. The original StarCraft was supposed to be 40k, then the contract stuff got broken halfway through development. Space Marines are Terrans, Tyranids are Zerg, and Protoss slash Dark Protoss are Eldar slash Dark Eldar. I was under the impression 40k had significantly more races than that. Because they have like ogres and trolls and all kinds of shit. They do, but that's all StarCraft has. Oh, so they only took those three. Gotcha. Thanks to give sub artificial and the resub excuse and Ventus. They're perfect. They are so large in number, they encircle the entire galaxy. Perfect predators that adapt to anything and have units for every situation. And they're just now becoming the main threat. Thanks to resub cat. Yeah, I'd say probably don't use a wood chair then. Thanks to resub Kanza. Thanks to resub Ray. Do you think Nexon will sue Warhammer because they both have an E in their name? Hey, they just might. They just fucking might. Thanks to the gift sub, Jimbo. There's 26 races in 40k, and the main threat in the new version is the Tyranids. They've been a greater being leading them now, unifying once more animalistic and feral creatures. Got it. And thanks to the Bits Goth and the resub play. Did you see Grimes renamed her and Elon's kid? Oh, so he's no longer like a God, what was his name? X1214 AI or whatever. That's probably for the best. His new name is Y. You're kidding? No, there's no way. Grimes says she changed her 1-year-old daughter's name to a question. What? In March, the 35-year-old musician dropped the surprise news that she and Twitter CEO Elon Musk welcomed their second child in December. Her full name is Exa Dark Sidereal Musk, though she said they refer to her as Y. What else? What? What? She's Y now. Or Y? Or just question mark? What the fuck, man? Jesus Christ. So quirky. So very quirky. Is the prime thop. And yeah, I saw that goth. Fucking horrible. Used to watch Scarred all the time on MTV. That sounds cool though, Crown. They seem like a cool enemy. Thanks to the bits, Kurfin. Naming her shit like she's speedrunning Pokemon. True. Thanks to the prime, Mike. But her son is X and the daughter is Y. Well, it's not like this is good either. This is fucking stupid too. When's Z's release date? Good question. Who knows? Who fucking knows? Thanks to resub Rachel and give sub bread. This is no different than naming your kid 1, 2, and 3. I mean, you're not wrong. Thanks to resub Piano. They treat their kids like pets. Well, it's not just them. A lot of celebrities, and especially TikTok parents, all use their children as props. So right now she's using her daughter as an expression of her quirkiness by giving her the name Y or question mark. Thanks to the resub Coffee and Buckeye. Our teacher's gonna have a hard time during attendance. I wager a guess. I guess we won't know for a few years. I think this kid gets homeschooled by Grimes. I think there's a 0% chance they actually go to a school. Grimes strikes me as someone that's going to be homeschooled because she doesn't trust anyone but herself with her knowledge. What about Donda Academy? Closed down. Donda Academy only existed for like 3 months, and people only sent their kids there to farm merch out of it. At least last I saw, it got shut down. I'll double check. Maybe it was just on like a little break. Looks like the last time there was any report on it was November of last year. Yep. Donda Academy closes in Simi Valley amid fallout over the anti-Semitic remarks. So it looks like the whole school shut down after the Yay spiral. Thanks for your sub Pesos and the Prime Frank. And the 10 gift sub Shadow. Hey, Shadow. And thanks for the bits, Crown, and have fun. Thank you for that, Shadow. Have I played Scars Above? No. True. Good point, Blink. He's a tier 1 wheel. They only canceled the 2022-2023 school year. They said they'll be reopening for 2023-2024. Oh, okay. He's a prime Shutter and the resub Shemek and Glitz. Ooh, and 20 gift subs, Hal. Thank you, Hal. Appreciate the generosity. Thank you for the big drop. And the resub MG. And the resub Lilith. You think I'm still gonna have a job in 30 years? Yo, you talking about as a writer? Yeah, probably. I think there's always going to be jobs for humans in the entertainment field, but most major companies are going to elect to just use AI to do things like art, writing, and music. Thanks for the 10 gift subs, JD. Thanks, JD. You see the car that caught big air because of a truck's tire that came off? I did here, and no one got seriously injured in this or anything, so I'll pull it up. This shit was crazy. And now I have yet another new fear to worry about. Where was that again? How can I find it? Thanks for the 5 gift subs, Goth. Appreciate it. And the Prime Louis. Oof, that's not a good sign, Blink. ABC 7. No, not here. Is that it? Let me see. It was there? When, where? Oh, it's all the way down here. 21 hours ago. I thought it was sooner.
Incredible video of a car going airborne on the 118 freeway in
Yeah.
Chatsworth when it hits a tire that came free rolling off.
That shit is
right next to it. You
fucking
can
nuts.
see, major damage here. Debris.
So the driver was actually okay.
Near DeSoto Avenue exit. This all happened
So hats off to
Thursday.
Kia.
California Highway Patrol saying it appears a lug nut on that truck's tire sheared off, causing the tire to come free and roll into the next lane. Amazingly, both drivers were able to walk away without any major injuries. Just incredible that someone even survived that. Wow.
Fuck. Like, look at how high that gets. That's actually an action movie stunt, basically. So was the truck at fault? Oh, I have no idea. Couldn't tell ya. It does look like the truck is raised. Maybe it was done poorly. I don't know. I'm not exactly a car expert. But very fucking crazy situation. Unfit for the road for sure. Yeah, it was probably done cheaply. And that probably caused the wheel or the lug nut or whatever to shear off. Thanks to resub Maddie and sub. And I've seen a little of it, Willow. It's very cute for the trend. And the Meat Canyon video was amazing. Watch the Rocket League Reddit meme of it. Christ. Thanks the bitch Blaine. Oh, I probably won't watch that on stream, Blaine. I think the resub silly. Yeah, I imagine the truck would have to be at fault here for sure. That makes sense. It was literally so fast too. Yeah, there was no time to react to it. Fucking popped off right into the car. There's only like 2 frames. Like, look at this shit.
In Chatsworth.
No reaction ever would be fast enough to get out of the way of that. Thanks a Prime Hauser. Was it shaking at all before? Only very briefly. Like, it doesn't even start shaking till right before it falls off, see?
When it hits a tire that came free rolling off a truck right next to it. You can see major damage here. Debris scattered all over the roadway near DeSoto Avenue.
Christ, man.
Last Thursday, California
it's like a dolphin jumping out of the water.
On that truck's tire, sheared off.
And then the tire still wasn't done. It wanted more.
Into the next lane.
I'm gonna assume they're dead. No, what? That's the only reason I'm showing it. They both walked away. The truck driver and this driver walked away just fine. Mild injuries, they said. But walked right out of it. Thanks to the resub. Cough, marijuana, and relapsed. And the bits drippy in red. Wow, that Kia got hit by a green shell. Yeah, true. Thanks to resub time. And the resub Gert. Oh, nice. Yeah, no, there was a happy ending, I guess, dogs. No one got seriously injured. And thanks to the Bits Universal. How's the Valorant esports going? It's going very well. We almost beat M80. It was so fucking close. Those were nail biters. But yeah, we lost to M80 1-2. So we play again on Wednesday. Thanks a bit, Story. Am I a fan of Adventure Time? Yeah, Adventure Time's great. I'm still angry about the Valorant casters. Unironically, I was getting heated. I don't understand exactly what was going on, but Lud and Tarek mentioned it too. The Valorant casters would not say anything positive about us, even when we were winning. Like, we took the first map, and they were just like, well, you know, sometimes M80 gets off to these noticeably slow starts, but I have no doubt M80 is going to really start to feel themselves in this next one. Like, we'd win around, they'd be like, well, M80 played incredible in that one. Just a couple of mistakes on M80's part led to them losing that round. It was so fucking weird. I don't understand. They had, like, actually nothing nice to say about our squad who was playing out of their goddamn minds. Those games were all extremely close. Like, we won the first map, almost won the second map, came down to the wire on the third map. Like, it just doesn't make any sense why they were all over M80's teats. I don't get it. But yeah, Lud and Tarek mentioned it. Matt, Aaron, and Chase all mentioned it. It was so weird. Thanks to Prime SG and the resub Teeny and Aztec. Oh, and then there was this really egregious moment. M80 had I think, who the fuck was it? It might have been Koala. I think it was Koala Noob. He hit an op through smoke on us, and it was a nasty shot. It was through the smoke. And the production team, during the replay, put up a statement that said, "That's what we like to see." It was like, what the fuck do you mean that's what you like to see? You're telling me the actual production team is rooting for M80 here? It's so weird. Like, it was actually making me upset. Like, at first it was a joke, but then I was like, man, it has been 3 games of this. 3 fucking games of this. Is the prime foot. Giving you the true underdog story. Yeah, I guess so, man. Thanks to the prime, Hellboy. Hey, no, that's great. I'm happy to hear that, Beef. Congrats. And thanks to Resub Vic. Thanks to the prime, Dazzling. React to T-Grod's apology video. That's like the 3rd time I've seen someone mention that. What is that? It's like Taylor something. Taylor Groden. I don't know what the apology's for. I don't know anything about the situation. Thanks to the resub flying.
But the rate of speed and
Do you know where the Godslap issues are? Godslapbook.com. Thanks for resub Galactus. Have you ever watched Starship Troopers? Long time ago. Starship Troopers is the movie where they have like that giant alien destroy a cow, right? That actually horrified me when I was a kid. Yeah, it's this movie. There's a scene where there's like a cow in a tube, and then like an alien comes in and just fucking massacres it. That scarred me. Thanks to give sub Dystopia, and the resub Dystopia in Drasco and Galactus. I have a very vague memory of something like that in my early childhood years. I bet I can find it. Is this? No, maybe not that. I don't know. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. But yeah, that shit was fucking horrifying. Thanks, Resub Decipher. That is the one titled War. Can I watch it on stream, or is there like toss shit in there? Here, let me just double check on my own real quick. Because I do remember this being, like, fucking brutal. Like, it might be a little much for Twitch. This is, like, the whole scene leading... Wow, Neil Patrick Harris is in this? Man, the visuals do not hold up well. This is not the scene either. I don't see the cow anywhere. Scrubbed through the whole thing and haven't seen the cow. Thanks to resub Paper Brick and Decipher. The movie was originally rated X, actually. Fascinating. What kind of movie was it? Because my parents and I turned it off right after that because I was traumatized. This is a very successful movie. It did 121 million in the box office as a rated X movie? Or was it before it even went to theaters? No, just a standard sci-fi action film. Okay. Man, these visuals do not hold up. What the fuck? But I mean, it's 1997. That's not surprising. It's a satirical film. Very expensive satirical film. Thanks to the bits poise and the resub Wrigley. Are you trying to find that scene that's at the end when they say the lead bug is afraid? I don't remember anything of what they say or what the context is. I just remember they have like this cow that's in some kind of chamber and then like an alien or something comes in and absolutely shreds it. Fucking shreds it. Exit tier 1 phenomenal. It's 120 in the first video. That's, if this is Oh, yeah, this is it. Oh, fuck.
Arachnids are dangerous.
I'm about to have a PTSD flare-up. They censor...
What's the problem?
When did they censor this shit? Because when I saw it, that was not censored at all. My fucking baby boy brain was scarred. It was always censored? No shot. I vividly remember that. There's no way, unless my imagination filled in all the blanks. No way. No way it's always been censored. No shot. It was always censored. That blows my fucking mind. Because I can see it so clearly, everything behind that censor. Maybe I really did imagine, like, all of what was happening behind here. But, I mean, even this is still pretty brutal. It's only not censored in the rated X version, which I can't imagine I saw. Is that even something you can watch? Thanks, the resub Swain. Well, I didn't watch it on TV. My parents owned the VHS tape for it. Thanks, the Prime Turner. And the Prime Clorox and the resub Swain. And Jesus. And Silver and Nut. And the 5 gift subs again, Ethereal. That's why you saw it uncensored. I don't know, I find it hard to believe my parents had the X-rated VHS Starship Troopers. But like I said, I can really vividly remember what was happening behind this. If there truly is a version where this isn't here, then maybe that is what I saw. Because that shit was traumatizing when I was a young boy. That put some hair on my chest real quick. Call your dad and ask. I don't think they'd know. It's been years. This was a 1997 film. And that's probably about when we watched it. Thanks to the resub Claff and Op in gloves. Wow, that's pretty interesting, Butter. Yeah, I've never heard about that. On Reddit, when you look up the cow scene in the movie Starship Troopers, there's people saying the same thing you are. Yeah, I mean, if there is a version where that's not censored, then I must have seen that. Or my imagination went wild with what was behind that censor bar. Thanks to the gift sub Rocket. Research says they censored it for PETA. I think you may be right. If you look it up, there's a few sources saying the cow scene was censored. Okay, you know what? How about this? Oh my god, there's whole articles written about this. Holy shit. Wait, there's tons of information about the cow scene. I guess I wasn't the only one traumatized. Yeah, and it was censored because of PETA. Fuck, this is wild. Was it a real cow or something? No, PETA has an issue with even depictions of animals in distress. So like, was it Assassin's Creed Black Flag that they were very upset that there was like fish in the game? That you could fish in the game or whatever? Oh, was it whales? Is that what it was? Whaling? There's a resub prod. So it doesn't have to be real animals. They get very upset at even fictional depictions of animals. Thanks to the resub Saf. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Chan. Thanks to the Bits Rocket. Thanks to the Bits Phenomenal. Oh, I didn't even know there was like a whole franchise around it. Depends on what you like, Goth. There's so many games I'd recommend. The Animal Crossing protest, do you remember? Vaguely. Thanks to give sub butt wipe and the 5 gift subs again ethereal. And the Bits T-Chan and resub hippos. Why does PETA have so much control over the media? They don't. It's just entirely up to the production if they want to cave in to PETA's demands. They don't really have a lot of sway or anything. It's just if the production wants to, they can. Thanks to the Bits Comet and the resub Logan. Sorry to hear that, Comet. I don't know what that is, but alright. Did you see the PETA Elden Ring video? Probably when it came out, but it didn't leave a lasting impression. PETA does outrage bait for every single game that comes out. They all just kind of blend together, really. What was the one dog cleaning brand that killed like 6 dogs? Holy shit, I have no idea. That sounds awful though. What's your favorite summoning salt vid? Oh, Mario Kart. All of his Mario Kart content, all the ultra shortcuts, I love it. For the cow scene. It's just the behind the scenes of the cow thing. It's just a guy spraying blood with, or fake blood with a hose. Cute. He's the resub space. When do you guys play next in Valorant? Wednesday. Thanks to Bitsgaff. That's interesting, Butter. Because it did well at the box office. Do I like pineapples? They're fine. Like, I don't go out of my way to get pineapples or anything, but they're alright. Have you seen the video about you? Penguin's the most... Yeah, I just looked that up because the title caught my attention. The most disgusting depressed YouTuber, and it's from a raw meat eater, I guess. Which is fucking wild. Is it about me talking about the TikTok carnivore? The raw meat eating community's become a lot like the vegans they hate so much. Yeah, it's about me talking about the goofy guy and the TikTok carnivore. Show it? Nah, I don't want him to get dogpiled. But I like one of the top comments. Guy looking malnourished and depressed with a silly painting on his arm, finding it disgusting to eat naturally. I wonder how many times he's been hospitalized from salmonella because he doesn't know how to prepare his raw meat properly, even though there's no such thing as preparing raw meat properly. But yeah. I keep up with the raw meat community. They are very, very vegan-like. It seems like this guy's whole shtick is trying to start shit for attention. Even has a video called Veganism is Dead, which is ironic because he's keeping that whole attitude alive. Thanks to the Prime. Crizify. Yeah, of course I've seen the Meat Canyon video. It was a banger. It's less vegans and meat eating and more about turning your lifestyle choices into a personality trait. Well, that's kind of the comparison I'm making. Veganism, like the ones you hear about, are just the same, right? They have one thing that they've made their entire personality around, no different than this raw meat eater in his community. They take one thing and make it their whole life. That is their personality. I'm just reading some of the comments real quick. This shit gets wild. Watch, where's the director's cut of Filthy? One day I might just drop that little stinker on you. This shit is, it's intoxicating. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. He actually only says like 5 words throughout the whole video with the biggest frown on his face of all time. I don't know why he calls me the depressed guy. This man hasn't cracked a smile on his entire YouTube channel. That raw meat must not be sitting well in his tummy. Thanks to the Prime Hunk and the resub McCall and Wave and Ace. He does smile a lot? Where? I just went through the whole video on 2x speed and I didn't see him make a single smile and he only said like 8 words. Maybe in other videos, I'm not sure. Not in this one, though. Thanks to the resub, Fizzy. And the bits Adonis. And yeah, I saw about Chris Chan getting out of jail in the resub Crucible. And the Prime Soggy. No, not tonight. Finished Resident Evil 4 last night. It was great, though. Thanks to the gift sub, or the bits again, Blink. The Meat Canyon video was amazing. Sleep well, Goth. You planning on finishing Atomic Heart? I just don't know. Maybe I will at some point out of spite. He's a tier 1 cat. Thanks for 5 gift subs again, Ethereal. Thank you, man. Have you seen the mess that's happening with Pokemon DQ right now? The fuck is that? Pokemon DQ. Pokemon player DQ'd for Mark's sleeve? Is that what you're talking about? Tom Hanks robs Al Capone? Thanks for 5 gift subs, capping. Hey, Sneak. I think there's a judge controversy. I think there's a judge controversy of power going to their heads. What about Pokemon Judge? Pokemon Judge gets banned for life. Alright, I'll take a peek. Just to get like the general
A
gist.
Pokemon Judge has been banned for judging in the future because of harassment of players. And listen, when it comes to Pokemon fans,
rough.
usually you think, yeah, they're being a bit weird, standard, run-of-the-mill, usual stuff. But usually they don't stoop to harassing, following people, and just generally being a massive creepy weirdo. That was, of course, until the Pokemon VGC Regional. So if you don't know a whole lot about Pokemon competitive, essentially there are a ton of really,
So the guy
really
was
big
just a fucking
tournaments called
weirdo.
regionals where you go and you try and accumulate these points that will take you onto internationals and eventually, hopefully, worlds where you can then lose to Wolfie. And in Vancouver last weekend, there was a regional. These are massive events. People will come from
Thanks,
all
Resub
over
Sock.
the world just to attend these events, either to hang out, either to compete, to try and get more points, to meet their friends. It's a nice
Is there a
gathering,
video of them?
quotes, because you have a boyish build or a manly face, which is a completely insane thing to just come out with unprompted. If you're there to learn, then them afterwards. Brother, what are you doing? What?
Okay, so the
guys
judge
suck.
was just a menace at the competition. I thought it was going to be some kind of crazy controversy where, like, he was cheating, like helping players win or something. This is just, I guess, a douchebag that got canned. I thought this was going to be like a big web of like crazy espionage or something. He was talking about the third. Well, no, this seems to be all the same thing about this judge. Thanks to Resub Retro and Lane. Have I seen the story of Chris McCandles? Mm-mm. Thanks to Resub Too Swell. Any coincidence? And the resub, no idea. You see the Kansas City Chiefs superfan bank robber who skipped bail and is on the run. No, I didn't. Sounds like a wild set of circumstances. Thanks to the resub hurt. Thanks to the resub Chuck. There's an actor who went to jail for strangulation. You're talking about Jonathan Majors. That whole thing is very confusing. There's no... The victim has apparently recalled their statements twice, and Jonathan Majors was the one that called the police in the first place, apparently. So that whole thing seems very sketchy. There's also like dash cam footage from like an Uber or something that kind of goes against what she was claiming. I don't know, that whole thing seems weird. I'll wait to see how everything plays out from that. Have you seen the TikTok edits? Only a couple. They were very sweet. Thanks for resub Serene. And the resub Icarus. I saw people immediately acting like it was a slam dunk case and he's the worst person on the planet. Well, that's how every accusation goes. There's no such thing as an accusation anymore. It's just immediately accepted as truth on Twitter. Thanks for resub Infectionary and Wasandre. Have you ever looked at Splunky 2 speedruns? No, but you did just remind me. Atomic Heart has an 8-minute speedrun. Oh, it has a 6-minute speedrun now. I might try and speedrun this. If it's fun. I've only seen a little bit of it. It looked like it was kind of just walking outside of the map from when I, like, glanced through it. But give me a second, I'm gonna take a shit. And I'll look at it in a minute. Be right back. Actually, I'll fill up my water as well. back. Thanks for the reset. Sagahi, Odex, and Diamond, and Finch. Oh, Seeker ran this.
Here you don't have any questions.
Everything the light touches is our facility.
Oh, that's cool. A little panty push down under the map. So now just walking forward forever. Is actually just walking in the same direction forever. Holy shit.
Dr. Sechenov just held a press conference in which he completely denied rumors about civilian robots malfunctioning.
Never good. You were.
Is the rest of the run just watching the final cutscene?
Bless them. You must. It's.
Look like. Great idea. Just blow your own damn brains out and be done
Stand
with
down,
it.
lady.
Then Sechenov can turn everyone into mindless meatbags. First the Soviet Union, then the rest of the world. I'll give you weapons, lots of them.
Comrade Sechenov's deeds demand vengeance. Is it I?
This isn't the final cutscene.
You're alive.
In a sense. And you've
Oh, Granny Xena this whole time?
keeping secrets can be very useful.
It is
Tinker could
Admit
has to die.
already. Crispy critters. What the hell is going on around here? On the one hand, I've got lying, manipulative dicks who claim to be noble avengers. On the other, I've got a
Oh,
Soviet
it's just
scientist
choosing the
member
bad
of the
ending. Okay,
Academy
right,
who wants
right,
to
right.
Enlighten all mankind and use me to get rid of assholes.
Makes sense.
Manipulative dicks, that is.
I'm going
I'm not laying
home.
a finger on Sechenov. I'm out. I've had enough of this game.
What the hell are you?
Cool.
Are you some
Exit
scared
tier
little
1 Paco.
bitch?
you're making a
There's some
mistake,
Sunny,
Major.
Space
Enter
King,
Charlemagne
Dark,
now.
If you're so
Fish,
worried about
and
your righteous
Austin.
vengeance, you can go there yourselves. This is my decision, not yours. I'm not helping Sechenov anymore. I've done enough harm. But I'm not playing executioner for a member of the Academy, a hero of the Soviet Union, and a scientific genius. I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
He is just using.
Is that the and the 26 and
Cool. Actually, I might not speedrun that. that actually doesn't seem like a fun speedrun. So it looks like when I was skipping through, I was right. It was literally just walking in one direction forever. That's pretty boring. Is the Resub Apocalypse and Andy? The glitch itself was cool though. It was. That was a cool glitch. Probably not tonight, Noctis. I know what that is though. Anything happening with the Gwyneth Paltrow trial? Nothing new that I've seen. Thanks, resub praise. Or pray. And the prime 55-gallon drum. Yeah, of course I played Tai. On the original PlayStation, right? And Moist Apex plays again on Friday, I think. I think it's this Friday we play again. Right now we're first in the region. You gonna live stream the Breath of the Wild sequel? Yeah, of course I will. Isn't Silent Hill 2 getting a remake? Yes, I believe so. Thanks for give sub coffee. And the resub Joshua. Disappointed to find out Gwyneth Paltrow isn't being sued for Goop. Well, she has been sued for Goop, though. She's just not currently being sued for Goop this time around. But she probably will again. Would be my guess. There's the Prime Dinger and the Tier 1 Pogathen. And the resub mic. What do you think of the new Linkin Park song? It was good. I like both of the new songs. They really do feel straight out of Meteora. Thanks to the Prime Polar Bear. Did you see the drama with the Wednesday producers and Jenna Ortega? Is it about Jenna Ortega like changing scenes? I think she's a great actress, so she probably made the right call. People love that show. I haven't seen it, but she was really good in Scream 6. So, she probably made changes for the best. Is the PewDiePie Infinite stream real or some kind of fake thing? I think it's real, right? Isn't it up right now? Yeah, seems like it's real. It's a pretty crazy idea. He has like 4,000 videos, so just playing them all on a loop forever. I mean, that is legitimately an infinite money glitch. Just run ads every like, shit, 25 minutes or whatever. Oh, some guy just said it in here too. Infinite money glitch. This is what's crazy is this isn't anything new. If anyone used to go on Justin TV, you might remember the two most popular streams on there were actually just rerun shows for Angry Video Game Nerd and 4Player Podcast. So it used to just be 24/7 streams. One of them was all Angry Video Game Nerd content on loop. The other was 4Player Podcast moments on loop. So it's not new. It's just very smart. Thanks to the resub. Trip. Saving FPS games, huh? AI anti-cheat. That's a very interesting use of AI, actually.
1 out of every 3 players in an online FPS game are cheating.
He's wiggling.
Whoa,
Connects to your
fuck.
PS5. It's literally just connecting to the remote play.
And then in other games, it's way more than that.
What does this revelation mean for the future of gaming in general?
So it's an AI aimbot?
Yeah, AI aimbot.
Works in any game.
They sell these by the millions.
And it's not just your little brother either. At every level of the industry, from pros to streamers, cheating is rampant.
And it will become a real job to
hey!
cheat in his game.
It's a full-fledged business.
Are you getting old?
Yeah.
Is gaming changing? Or is it that rampant cheating is not fun?
Over a year ago, we set out to use
it's not
AI
fun.
with
It ruins the
one goal
entire
in
game.
mind,
Legitimately.
saving FPS games. We're ready for you to submit your clips to help train our model. What you're about to witness in this video is the solution. The solution to cheating in online gaming.
Very interesting idea. So he's going to have his community train his anti-cheat AI. That's pretty fucking smart. Thanks to the Prime Queen and the resub bong. The false
To help fund this
positives will be
project
insane.
through the form of sponsoring
Probably
this
in the
video
beginning.
is OperaGX. They agreed the more views and downloads OperaGX gets through this video, the more funding that will go to the project, straight up. So just by being here, you are helping. Thank you. As you guys know, I download a lot of sus-bus programs.
Individual. It's opening very fast.
And sometimes my
pulls an
network will
aimbot
just be
type clip.
getting
True,
used,
yeah.
like my browser's sending Bitcoin to the ether.
You all
I don't
know how much I love
I'm clean,
OperaGX.
Okay. I have done steroids. I've never told anyone this. I've never really explained it this way, but
I was getting
I did
personal.
steroids. Or at least I thought for sure they were steroids. So when I was 14, I wanted to be jacked out of my mind.
I see.
wanted to look
He took
like
creatine.
a bunch of rocks saran wrapped together and be able to like bench press a car.
Creatine
and
for
in
sure.
combination with that desire, my frontal lobe was the size of a walnut. So I got on eBay, I typed in steroids, bought something sketchy, got
Yikes.
shipped from China, and then I ingested it. No one ever found out. I wasn't thinking about the
What the
consequences.
fuck?
I'm sitting
Holy
there
shit, that's
playing
unhinged.
SOCOM confrontation with the itchiest nipples you've ever seen, man. And I was real confused. I thought I was gonna start like lactating. Even though no one's ever found out until now, I didn't actually get away with it. Because the consequences were that I didn't know with certainty that I wasn't going to start growing lady parts.
My nipples were itchy, man.
Point is,
That is
you can
so
take a shortcut
fucking
to something,
unhinged.
But there will be a consequence.
Even for a
somewhere,
14-year-old.
Somehow. Eventually. What those consequences will look like.
He's lucky he didn't
I
die.
think is now up to us somewhat. So cheating in online FPS games is the worst it's ever been. Ever
All right,
right
so let me just get
now.
the
On
gist
every
of the
system, console included, at
solution.
every level. Around 30% of players in any given game
Okay, here we go.
detect everything. An AI that
I'm
analyzes
very
player
up to date
behavior
on all
and
the cheating
determines
stuff.
if they're cheating based on how they're interacting with the game with over 99% accuracy. This is what will save FPS games. Now, I realize that that sounds like a pipe dream, like an impossible solution that's years away, another hopeless dream of one-day gaming with no cheaters online, and here's the twist. It already exists. Someone made it, and it wasn't us.
Fuck.
For days, I was tearing my hair.
Son of a
Why is
bitch.
this not in every single
Thanks for
game?
the
What is
brew
going on?
in
I
dog.
had so many theories. Game developers don't need good anti-cheat. Everyone keeps playing. Cheating in games, this whole other industry, is stimulating the game. As a game dev, why would you stop it?
There is technically financial reward for them if the cheaters keep buying accounts.
AI anti-cheat exists. Game devs are not using it. Luckily, the truth was the simplest answer.
And just this year, early January 2023, we started to implement it in big games. And so it's starting from now. It's happening as we speak.
This is the CGO and CEO of AnyBrain, the AI anti-cheat that detects everything. How does it distinguish between someone that is say, using like an
Thanks for the
ESP in a
resub,
game
Sean.
versus someone that isn't.
What we do is
No
every
raid,
player
Jessica. Hope
is
you had a good
providing
stream.
data about how it is possible to perform the game. So let's say you have a reaction time when you find an opponent and you move to there. There is different cognitive skills that we apply when we are playing a game.
Yeah.
And what we can extract from these behaviors is these cognitive skills that are being applied on a specific moment. They are not human.
So it's learning constantly.
GPU kernel access anti-cheats can spread
And so
malware
what
and hacks
percentage of
much
people would
faster.
you say
Well,
are
that's not
cheating?
what this is, right? At least I don't think so. So this is an AI anti-cheat. That's going to operate extremely different than like a kernel level anti-cheat, I would guess. But then again, I haven't finished the video, but I don't think it's going to be operating on like a kernel access or anything like that. This will 100% flag pros who play like aimbots. I guess, yeah, like the false positives, especially in the early stages of something like this, I imagine would be huge. Can AI humanized aim assist fool it?
Would be able to detect.
Yeah, so well, first, and well, a lot of people is using that small adjustment that is make it invisible on a video, or if you're watching the stream, it's so difficult because the difference is on human eye, it's almost impossible to catch. But the way we interact is still impossible to make it as a human.
Can you expound a little, maybe, or maybe help me understand just a little better?
Yeah, well, let's say that you are just adjusting a few pixels.
Yeah.
The way you move with this adjustment, it will be non-natural timing that is not human. Even if it, our
I still really feel
human,
like the false positives will be
pixel
huge.
level, but also on these patterns, it is not human. So that's why we can catch it. People say, "Oh, he was cheating." I'm sure because it is impossible to aim on that way. Sometimes it's just lucky, or
It's a 2-1 blank.
you are really good. So it's difficult for people to understand, and the result of false claims about, oh, he was cheating or no, because he's so good player, it's impossible. But here, looking just for these patterns on pixel level, we can understand this.
After a few hours of gameplay of someone using a humanized aim assist, it would be able to detect that that's happening.
The usual behaviors, like let's say somebody using an aimbot on Warzone, actually real time plus 5 minutes in order to flag somebody who is using that.
To detect someone in real time can take as little as 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Wow, that's really cool.
It felt almost like I was in a dream.
So this wouldn't do
I was
anything
gonna
for
wake
wall
up
hacks,
and
though.
tell Olivia that I had a dream that someone made the AI anti-cheat that solved everything.
And this will happen in the coming months. We are fairly confident that something's going to happen, something's going to click in this year.
But it got even better.
2 hours is to create the player profile
for what we call identity frauds.
What they're talking about is a biometric profile, a profile as distinguishable as your thumbprint or your face.
So this will be the baseline of 2 hours because it's unique to each and every one of us as gamers.
On how you play the game. This means that once you get banned, it's not as simple as creating another account. If you create another account, the AI detects your biometric profile. Every account you make will be banned. There's no hardware ID, it's you. You will be permanently banned from the game, with no chance of ever playing it again.
We're fairly confident that something are about to change.
The implications of this are insane, especially if the game has a replay system.
If you have ever cheated and the data is saved server side, you are then able to be caught at any point in the future. If you cheat, you will be caught. It's just a matter of time.
The biometric fingerprint of a pro player or streamer could be seen on an alt account that was hacking a year ago or last week or currently. Now, I don't know if these things will be done with this data, but
that
I
can't
tell
be
you
perfected
that FPS
though, right?
games, all online multiplayer games are saved. Now, the Waldo project is different. It plans to put this power of knowing in your hands. A way to know if any player is cheating simply by scanning the gameplay footage.
But I mean, I feel like that'd be such a hard thing even for AI, because as you continue to play, your playstyle is going to change. Like your fingerprints, the example he used of like unique as your fingerprints aren't going to really like change. But the way you play a game can. Like gradually over time, it can just evolve and change. You get better, maybe you get worse, you fall off, or you completely adjust your play style. Like maybe you were a less aggressive player for a while who focused more on aiming, and then as you continue to play, you went more aggressive and your focus was more on like setting up plays for other people, right? So you're not prioritizing. Like things can just evolve differently. So how is it going to be able to like take that digital fingerprint and grow it with you as you get better. I just don't see how that'd work. Oh yeah, another good example, switching from mouse and keyboard to controller. Like, I play Apex keyboard and mouse for the entirety of like the time I was good at that game. But now when I play Apex, I play controller because of the aim assist. So would I now get flagged because now all of a sudden my playstyle is totally different? And it's not even close, not even comparable, but it's still me. They look at the AI, not you. Well, the AI, what he's saying is it would build a whole profile of how you play these games, which is how they'd identify you in the future should you come back from cheating. That's what they're talking about. Assuming you're a cheater. But it would build this profile for everybody, I imagine. I just feel like that's such a... I just don't see how that... Everything else I could see being perfected and being like extremely good. This, I just don't see how that works because as a normal player, your playstyle just changes over time. No matter what. You are going... Like, a year from when you pick up a game, assuming you stick with it, the way you play it in a year from then is going to be totally different. I don't see how it's going to grow that biometric profile. Yeah, but cheaters don't evolve. I mean, true, the cheats are going to stay the same, but I think this extends beyond just the cheaters, right? This would be something they'd build for pretty much every player, assuming that this anti-cheat makes it into the game. It would be building this profile for each individual. Like, I just don't see how the AI would be able to adjust for the gradual evolution of people's skill without chalking it up to cheating. What it detects is the profile that cheat systems, not the player. Well, no, he even made the statement of how you play the game as a player. That's why he's using the digital fingerprint. Now, right now, it relates only to cheaters. Talking about, like, it will know it's you if you have cheated in the past based on the way you have played the game. But that could... If this is in games, it's going to be building these profiles for every player, right? It'd have to. Otherwise, how would you know who's cheating and who's not? Everything up till then, though, I think is, like, perfect. This seems really, really hard to be building these profiles for all the players. It'd be more accurate to just IP ban. Yeah, like, I don't think there was ever anything wrong with just IP banning. If they remake the account, assuming this system's in place, they'll get caught anyway. You wouldn't even really need the profile. That just seems like this gravy on top that's a little unnecessary that I feel like leaves some room for potential problems. VPN. Right. If you get around it, though, you're still going to get caught anyway. It doesn't matter. You can still just IP ban someone if they VPN around it. So be it. They'll just get caught again with this system. It wouldn't matter. That's what I'm saying. That doesn't matter. Because fundamentally, this building of the profile does the same thing. The person would, let's say, get banned, VPN back, start cheating again, get banned again, but they'd use this profile, this biometric profile they built up to do it, as opposed to just waiting for their anti-cheat to flag it. So this would be faster, I guess, but regardless, it'd still get the job done. At least that's my understanding of it. I think that's how that would work. I think that's the whole purpose behind the biometric, or the building of a player profile. Thanks a bits, T-Chan. I'm sure they've thought of things like that, T-Chan. I just still don't understand how that would really be implemented super effectively. Thanks to resub Yeet, Ivy, and the Prime Pan. Oh, and the Tier 1 Chris. Sorry, I didn't see that. No, that sounds pretty cool, Jay.
Laying bare the truth and leaving the effects up to us. We now confirm it's possible and in fact need your help to make it a reality. A full technical update of the Waldo project is available on Rican Samurai's channel. I think the glory days of online FPS games are not behind us, but are ahead of us. And if you're one of the 1 in 3 people that are cheating in online FPS games, I got one question for you. Are your nipples getting itchy?
Good question, actually. That's very interesting. That is very, very interesting. Not the itchy nipples thing. The whole anti-cheat thing. Because I don't doubt an AI anti-cheat could absolutely shut that shit down. Once that's perfected, or even like close to it, would be huge. You're overthinking a lot of it? Maybe. Maybe I am overthinking a lot of it when it comes to that profile they build of each player or potential cheaters. Maybe I am just looking too deep into the what ifs. But still, it just seems a little convoluted. Thanks to Tier 1 drop shot and the resub Winry. Everything else seems amazing though. Thanks to Give Sub Artificial. Maybe, Jay. That could be the case. I guess we just don't know yet. I am very excited to see where that goes, though. I'm going to keep my eye on that project. Great video from Basically Homeless going over it. Because cheating in games right now is a huge problem. And this would solve Dr. Disrespect's game's biggest issue, which will be cheaters. Should they fully invest in AI anti-cheat, that actually could put the kibosh on it. Thanks to the resub James in the Prime Georgia. It'll be the end of FPS. If they get rid of cheating? Brother, if they got rid of cheating, FPS would finally be alive again. There's cheaters in every major title right now. Shit sucks. Even when I was playing Apex the other day, I ran into one cheater. In fucking bronze. I played like one game off stream and got a cheater in fucking bronze. There's a gift sub Artificial in the Prime Avery. Oh, what the fuck? Holy shit. I gave the 25k bits tap out corner. Jesus Christ. Can't click links, but thank you for the generosity. Is that the Sunny video about what happened to the predators? I'm assuming it is. It's about what happened to the doctor on To Catch a Predator. Is it the Sunny video? Thanks to resub Bunny. Thank you so much for that huge drop though, man. Jesus Christ. Charlie, do you think AI voices could help cartoon characters? Like, do you think voice actors are going to be out of a job soon? Yeah, I mean, obviously. It's going to be much cheaper to just train a AI voice model on a voice actor and have them voice your cartoons for you. It'd save you money on studio time, save you money on hiring them. That's 100% going to be used in the future, which is a real fucking shame. That's going to be a disaster. No self-respecting animation studio will do that. Oh, what? You are talking about an industry that is notorious for taking the biggest and cheapest corners to cut cost. You are delusional. Not in a bad way, though. Like, naive. Naive is a better word, not delusional. Naive. If it can save money, they're gonna do it. Is the resub Snow in the Prime Scabar? And the gift sub Artificial. With the power that social media has over public opinion on companies, do you think some animation studios may be subject to scrutiny over the implementation of AI tools in their work? Depends on how they use it. Example, I think a great use of AI when it comes to video games right now is something that Ubisoft is doing. They're using AI tools in order to write throwaway dialogue for background NPCs in their open worlds. That's grunt work nobody likes. That takes talent away from the narrative and puts it on just bloat that games need in order for the immersion. You need those NPCs to have goofy dialogue. So instead of having the writers have to write that, AI does it. That's a great use of AI. So now those writers can get back to going and focusing on the important parts of their story, as opposed to just useless NPCs in the open world. But if you extend that further and you're like, you know what, it does a great job at writing these useless lines, why don't we just have the AI start writing some crucial story beats to save on a couple writers? Then it gets bad. Then you can have yourself a problem. Thanks for the resub, Ace. It's been alright, doggo. Didn't really do much. Yeah, maybe at some point, Mac. What happens to the entry-level writers who don't get to have experience? So we actually had this conversation when talking about Ubisoft. That doesn't, as far as I understand from when we went over it, entry-level jobs as a writer in the video game industry aren't having you write useless dialogue for NPCs in the background. That doesn't give you writing experience. That right now, apparently, from what we've learned, is being handled by the core writing team as just work they have to do. Like, they don't even really delegate that to interns or starting level writers, at least not from what we saw. So that's not even like jobs that are going to be taken away or anything. Like, no entry level positions from what I've seen have them writing that kind of like two NPCs sitting at a dinner table in the middle of nowhere in an open video game world. Entry-level jobs are already getting decimated by outsourcing in VFX. Oh, are they in your field right now? Christ. Grunt work is not good for your entry-level people anyway. You want to train and develop your lower-skilled employees to valuable work, not useless garbage. Great point. That is a great point. Thanks to the 5 gift subs, Artificial. Appreciate it. And the resub Cryptically, Sorza, and the Bits Bink. The grunt work is usually fundamental for getting used to working within time constraints and production thinking. Like for the team. Yeah, no junior walks in and builds the hero assets, for example. Yeah, 100%. That makes sense. Oh, Jesus Christ, tap out corner. What the fuck? No, the video I was talking about is called What Happened to the Doctor from To Catch a Predator. Holy fuck, man. Thank you for the crazy amount of bits. Is this about the guy that killed himself? Because I can't watch that on stream. God damn, though, tap out. Thank you. What happened to the Doctor from To Catch a Predator? One of the most infamous men caught on To Catch a Predator.
Imagine you...
Let me see. Yep. This is one of the guys that died. Yeah. So this is just a video going over it. This isn't the one that shot himself in the hotel, though. It doesn't seem. This is one of the other ones. Thank you so much for that, though, tap out. He's a tier 1 polar bear. Another 5 gift subs, Artificial. Thank you, Artificial. And the resub Ziltoid. Everyone got so mad at him when the guy killed himself. You're talking about Chris Hansen and the Predator. What the fuck was it? He wasn't a lawyer, right? What was he? Actually, he might have been a lawyer. I don't remember. But yeah, Chris Hansen caught a powerful guy in one of their operations, and he ended up just taking his own life. Assistant DA. Okay. Yeah, he took his own life rather than face the consequences, and that led to a huge backlash against To Catch a Predator. And Chris Hansen had an amazing response to it here. What was the name of that video? I don't want to type that. That might bring up the not good for Twitch stuff. Okay, it does come up with this though. It's this one. Okay. Or is just the clip?
Trial, and I'm convinced that we would have won a trial, but it means nothing.
$20 million, whatever,
150 million, whatever the number
whatever,
was. But there's a settlement for a minuscule part.
Like the tier 1 Papa Doof and tier 1
nobody was
BP.
Crazy about that.
There's some Kristen and 5 gift subs Artificial.
Like that, they were ready to go to trial, and I'm convinced that we would have won a trial. But ultimately, the decision was made that they didn't want to have me tied up for 3 months. They didn't want to have the other people.
Is it in the beginning or was it at the end? I assumed it was right here since this is where I stopped the video. Maybe it was at the beginning.
4. And there were 12 investigations across the U.S. But then in 2008, there was a show with a guy named Louis Conrad, an assistant district attorney.
Correct.
In Texas. Tell me about that situation.
We had done this investigation in Texas, and about the second night into it, a guy had surfaced chatting with a 13-year-old boy. He did not show up at the house, but in Texas, the actual chat itself constituted solicitation of a child. And so the next day...
Is it the beginning or the end? Does chat know? Because he's telling the story, and I think we all know the whole situation here. But his response to this thing was fucking ice. Yeah, this is Chris Hansen. Voldemort to pedophiles. This is tier 1, dark. Go to the most replayed. Oh, good idea. Okay, there is no most replayed here, but I really think it's when he crosses his arms.
Go to trial, the money comes out of the news budget. A trial is much more expensive than a settlement. So while the settlement was absolutely
maybe
not palatable to us at the store, he's an assistant district attorney.
It might be at the beginning.
And goes to arrest him. He has a handgun in the house, and as the police are moving in, he takes the handgun and shoots himself in the head, sadly committing suicide. What was found out later was on his laptop were at least 10 images of child pornography, for which he knew as a district attorney, assistant district attorney, he would face in Texas 10 years in prison per image. And while you don't want to see anything like that happen to a guy, suicide, you could pretty much clearly assume that he didn't want to face the music on that and chose to take his own life.
Thanks to the recent cloud.
How did you feel when you found out that he died?
It was, a difficult moment for everybody involved. You don't want to see somebody do that. I don't feel responsible for it. I sleep well at night and did after the fact. We completely reported on it the next morning. Obviously the Predator episode didn't air for some time, but the next morning I was on the Today Show, first thing from Texas, laid it out exactly. We're completely transparent about everything that happened.
He just seems more bothered by the fact that it ended up being a huge backlash to the show more than anything. Rightfully so. I mean, the dude's a fucking child predator. What, are you going to feel bad about that situation? You caught him doing some absolutely fucking evil shit? Shit happened. Chris did nothing wrong there. Not his fault. Thanks to the bits, Iverson. And the 5 gift subs again, artificial. Thank you, man. The Risaboski. I think I saw that on Twitter, Iverson. That sounds very familiar. Thanks to the resub, Ninja. And tier 1 Mimsley. Happy birthday, Turtle. And thanks for 5 gift subs again, artificial. Jesus Christ. Did you see Germa's new card game? I heard about it. I haven't seen it yet. But I have heard about it. Thanks to recent Persona. You guys watch that Joe Biden? Oh my god. I don't know about the whole assault weapons thing, but I thought this was AI generated. We're entering this time period when I see something so unbelievable, I immediately assume it's AI generated. I'm sure most of you saw about the shooting today. And I saw on Twitter that Joe Biden had made a conference to talk about it. And the clip that was floating around was like, I can't believe Joe Biden said this at the beginning of the conference. And I was like, oh, this is going to be like Joe Biden and Trump playing Overwatch or something. And it opens with him talking about fucking ice cream. He said, the only reason I came down here is for some ice cream. And he was making jokes. And he's like, whose kids are those back there? Those are some fine looking kids. Stand up. And I was like, oh, this is a really fucking silly AI video. And it turns out it's all fucking true. Like, that's actually how we started this conference with the school shooting. I about lost my goddamn mind. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't fucking believe it. Here, I'll pull it up real quick. It was baffling. It was actually fucking baffling. This isn't even the whole thing. It really felt AI generated.
My name is Joe Biden.
See, like, even the laughter sounds canned. The laughter sounds canned. I was like, no way. There's no way this is real. There's no way.
I'm Dr. Joe Biden's husband. And I ate Jenny's ice cream, chocolate chip. I came down because I heard there was chocolate chip ice cream.
Keep in mind, this is after a fucking shooting that took the lives of multiple children. And this is how he's starting it off, like it's a Netflix comedy special. I swear to God, I thought it was AI. I thought I was being pranked on Twitter and I was about to be the victim of misinformation or whatever. But it's fucking real.
By the way, I have a whole refrigerator full upstairs. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. God. Ben, how are you, pal? One of the best guys in the United States Congress, Ben Cardin.
It sounds like you're watching the Amanda Show. Like, it sounds like on Nickelodeon for the fucking Amanda Show, every time something happens and they're like laughing or clapping. It is fucking surreal.
Folks, welcome to the White House.
It was so weird. It doesn't even do the next part, but I also love the way that ends there. Welcome to the White House. Live from New York, it's Saturday Night Live. Felt like he was about to go on his fucking monologue. I mean, honestly, his fucking jokes at the beginning of this are better than Saturday Night Live, I guess. Talking about ice cream or whatever. Where is the whole thing? Is this it?
Before I began to speak, the reason I spent a little time in the kids, I just want to speak very briefly about the school shooting in Nashville, Tennessee. You know, Ben and I have been doing this
Man, what a flip. Thanks to the 10 gift subs, Binder. Appreciate it, man. From raving about ice cream to getting into the school shooting. Quite a segue. Where is the rest of that statement? Because the whole thing is crazy here.
So, your school local?
Welcome to the White House. It's a delight to have you all here. And who are those good-looking kids back there? Are your kids, all four of them? What the fuck? Well, stand up, guys.
What the fuck? It's so bizarre.
Well, I want you to know.
Like, just look at this. President Biden remarks on Nashville school shooting, and this is a live report. It's a circus. It's crazy. So this is right after he was talking about his ice cream. I only came down here because I heard about that fucking delectable ice cream. I can't wait to get in there and just go turbo piggy mode on it and eat ice cream. Hey, those kids back there. 4 kids. Whose kids are they? Stand up, kids. Can we get a round of applause for these kids? All right, sit back down. Talking about kids, there was a school shooting today. It's not the same event. Is it not? I'm pretty sure it is, right?
All right, this is very soul of the nation. And we have to do more to protect our schools. So
it's the same event. What are you talking about? You're lying. You're making shit up.
The shooter in this situation reportedly had 2 assault weapons and a pistol, 2 AK-47. So
How fucking tone deaf do you have to be to start an address like this with this kind of serious subject matter, with talking about ice cream and telling some kids to stand up so people can clap for them? Fucking crazy, man. Like, I'm calling out AI on, like, everything that makes no sense to me anymore, and this is the one time I was wrong. I was so sure this was an AI-generated moment, but it turns out it was 100% authentic. You couldn't AI script something as unbelievable as that. Thanks to the Prime, Twinkies and the resub, Parker and Stimulus and the resub, Liumo and Gilded. That's a good point, Pool Dog, yeah. And yeah, the Meat Canyon video was amazing. He's opening for another conference. Shootings happen every day in your country. That's not an excuse. What the fuck? Why are we having these, like, delusional excuses for it? Regardless of where you lean politically, this is a terrible look. Yes, school shootings aren't the most uncommon thing in America. I get it. You know, that's not a big gotcha. That people know. But that doesn't mean that you can, like you should trivialize it. Like, all right, we'll get to the school shooting in a moment. Have you guys heard of Ben & Jerry's? What's the deal with Ben & Jerry's, huh? It's nothing like old Mima's Bluebell recipe, right? I only came down here for some fucking ice cream. Yeah, that shit was crazy. That shit was fucking crazy. Thanks to the resubs, Smitty and Lugnuts. I got a feeling those Joe Biden AI videos about to go fucking crazy after this one. They're about to go Insano style. They got a lot of good voice data from this conference they can use. No, that was not AI. That was 100% real. Unless it's the most convincing AI of all time and this entire statement was done by a body double. I'm a teacher 30 minutes from the Nashville shooting, scary time we live in. Yeah, and it certainly doesn't help when the president's talking about ice cream and shit like that before getting into the school shooting and making it sound like it's all just like a joke. Thanks to the bits roll and the resub echo. Yeah, I just had to share that real quick. Someone reminded me. I saw it, probably like an hour before streaming. My jaw was on the floor. Now I'm going to start believing Joe Biden and Donald Trump Overwatch videos. I'll be like, maybe these are real. There is a chance now. Thanks to the Prime Kino. I watched some of those, Andy. Thanks to the Prime V, the resub Peb. And the Prime Dr. Phil. Watch the first short on your screen and read the top comment. It's fucking hilarious. Worth it. Trust me. I'm going to trust you, and if I don't giggle, you're going to feel real fucking stupid, aren't you?
Here we have a breakaway rider coming into shot. Joe Biden rides for the United States of America, leader of that team, and he's going to cross this pedestrian crossing.
Didn't giggle, but a cool clip. I saw it.
Good. He's got eyes up, left foot's out, good hip dexterity there, out of the boxed pedals. So he doesn't have clip-ins, doesn't have flat pedals. He's got the cages, notoriously
this is a thorough breakdown.
He's running some sort of motocross gloves or gardening gloves, not sure which, and he's doing this eyes up. He's not looking down. He's doing this just on feel, getting that left foot out, and you think he's safe here. Where's he going to fall down? He's got the weight out, foot out. He's home and hosed. No, the problem is, look at his right foot here. He's still got ice up. He can't get out of the box. And he puts pressure down there. His body weight's done. At this point, he's over. And Biden goes down hard. This could be his GC over. Here we have a breakaway rider.
That was a good breakdown of that. Thanks the resub bless and the give sub artificial. And the bits Chris. Oh no, that video was great, Chris. Yeah, Meat Canyon killed it. Absolutely crushed it. He's a prime drifter. That's scary. He's like 80. Yeah, the dude's like invincible at 80 years old. He falls down every time he looks at stairs, and yet he doesn't have any big injuries, or at least doesn't seem like it. I mean, shit, I'm 28, and if I fall down the stairs, I'm going right to the ICU. Like, this man, he's just built different. Those bones are made out of fucking tungsten. There's a resub talk show. He's made out of nanobots. That would be fucking hype, imagine. Have ourselves a full-blown Metal Gear Rising situation. Thanks the bits, Andy and Mac. Yeah, that one is fucking weird, Mac. Have I seen any of Audit the Audit's channel? Yep. They're very popular now. They blew up recently. They've been going crazy. Did you see Chris Chan got bailed out? We talked about that at the beginning, yeah. Chris Chan has been bailed out. Thanks to the resub. Is Smiji? You try your luck on Starlights from the latest Yu-Gi-Oh set? No, I don't pull from boxes anymore. I just wait to get the singles, like, when they're cheaper. I saw that on Twitter, actually, Joe. That shit went hard. You should watch The Three Sailors Trapped in an Airtight Room. I don't know that story. I did see the one about that guy who survived in a capsized ship for like 3 days. That one's a classic. I just rewatched that because that story is amazing. You ever gonna do CSGO case unboxing? Nope. I'm just not big into microtransactions for like any game, really, to be fair. I do think the skins in CSGO are some of the best in gaming, though. Thanks to the resub, Blorfy. Have you looked up anything on Sam Bateman, the polyamorous cult leader that got caught kidnapping? Dude was using a jail phone for sexual conversations with minors. Sam Bateman. Polyamorous leader accused of taking over 20 wives, including underage girl, pleads not guilty. I've never even heard of this guy. They're a polyamorous offshoot of the... I keep saying polyamorous. It's polygamous. I don't know why I keep saying fucking polyamorous. They're a polygamous offshoot of the mainstream Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which no longer practices... So what is it? What is there? Is this a cult? Or a church? The community was once dominated by polygamous groups, but has transformed since its leader was sentenced to life in prison more than a decade ago on child sex abuse charges. Thanks to bit 7 in the Prime Pale. Bateman faces a raft of state and federal charges, including child abuse, obstructing a federal investigation, and along with several female followers, aiding and kidnapping girls. Yeah, I've never heard of this case before. This guy sounds like a real piece of shit, though. Whom, it seems, is going to be spending the rest of his life in jail. But yeah, I haven't heard of this guy. Thanks to the bits, Kia. What's your all-time favorite song? And what game are you most hyped for? I don't know what my all-time favorite song is. There are some bangers, though, that I will always love. Like, every time they come on, I sing along to. Shit like, Sorry You're Not a Winner by Enter Shikari. And then pretty much anything from Hybrid Theory and Meteora from Linkin Park. But yeah, I don't know what my favorite song would be. Thanks, Resub Arrow. And thanks to the Bits Bean. Oh. And thanks to the Bits Fire. Missed it. Everyone knows his favorite song is Even Flow. Hey, I said it last time. I actually love Even Flow. Not even because I think it's like a good song. The song's fine. I just really love Pearl Jam's singer, man. I just love the way he delivers his shit. Even just to myself sometimes, I'll sing Even Flow. Alright. I love that. Thanks to Prime. Let and the resub none. He's known for being the worst. No, he's not. He's really not. I know people give him a lot of shit for it, but it's so unique. That was Creed's lead singer. Nah, Creed got a lot of shit just from being kind of cringe. The Pearl Jam lead singer, I think it's Eddie Vedder, I believe. he gets shit just because sometimes it's completely unintelligible, the lyrics. Like, he was doing, like, mumble rap way before it was popular. That man was scatting up there. Oh, I'm gonna say, oh, yeah. All right. Thanks the bits fire and bean again. The prime good point. Didn't he go nuts? I actually don't know. What happened to Eddie Vedder? He's still active. Oh wow, the number one question when you look up Eddie Vedder is, what happened to Eddie Vedder? It's like they were listening. Nothing, he still tours. That's the short of it, it seems. Thanks the prime YouTube and the resub baseball and iron. The franchise video on the Smash World Tour was interesting to watch. I haven't seen that yet. He was really messed up on drugs and got clean. That's like every rock star from that era. My dad always tells this story. Apparently, and I don't even know if this is true. I always just trust my dad when he says it. I don't remember the name of the band, but whoever sings In the Garden of Eden, the song that goes, In-A-Gada-Da-Vida, baby. My dad always tells me that that song is In the Garden of Eden, but the singer was so fucked up when they wrote it that he couldn't actually speak words, which is why it ended up that way. And I don't know if that's true or not. But I just believe him because it sounds right. It's Iron Butterfly, and yes, your dad is correct. Alright, that's good. Thanks the bits bean and the resub eating. Did you know David Bowie's diet once consisted of cocaine, milk, and red peppers? No, it's cool though. Have you seen the Gorillaz Dare live? Is it cool? Did they do something wild for it? Thanks the prime rap. I adore Alice in Chains. Me too. I still think, what song is it? What song can pretty much no one cover because it has that one note that only their singer could hit? Ah, fuck. I was just watching a whole video on it. Does that ring any bells to anyone? I think it's Man in the Box. It might be Man in the Box. I'm almost positive it is. There's a note in this song that apparently nobody can actually hit except for him, which is hype. There's a 5 gift subs baseball. Is it prime pineapple? The guy who sang Dare is super fucked up while they're doing their face reveal tour. Oh. That's a shame. Is it prime Jack? And the resub Echo. Nothing will ever top the Puddle of Mud About a Girl cover. I agree. That is still the best cover in the world. I'll play that for you if you haven't heard this. It's fucking golden. His pipes are straight from an angel's throat. Oh, it's very quiet. Fuck yeah.
You hang me out to dry. I can see you every night.
I probably watched this cover like 6 times now. It's just so good.
In your life, I do. Hope you have the time. I do. Pick a number 2. I do. Keep a date with you. Take it finish wild. You hang me out to dry.
Did he just sneeze? Nope, it's called music, brother. Yeah, we don't have to do the whole song. But you can see why it went over so well. Thanks to the bitch, Chris. I have no idea, Chris. I saw Puddle of Mud 12 or 13 years ago. The whole band was drunk and off key. It was amusing. Nice. Puddle of Mud has a couple of decent songs. Like, it's not like I dislike them. They sing Blurred and Psycho. My dad loves Psycho. He used to blast that song when it first came out. He was a big fan. Thanks to Resub Daily. And you remember Buck Cherry? I don't know how we ended up in this rabbit hole, but I'm just thinking about all of these like butt rock ass bands. Hey, you're a crazy bitch. That song. That shit was everywhere for a minute. Puddle of Mud is something that's impossible for AI to recreate. You're probably right. If you can make some shit that is so stinky, I bet AI wouldn't be able to do it. The rock band Raw is super underrated. Have you ever heard of them before? Yep, I really like Raw. Don't Turn Away is their best song, but I don't think anyone's ever heard that one, unfortunately. That song goes so hard. I always feel bad for bands like Raw that really tried to do something interesting back during this time, but the era was all about butt rock. Raw's great. They had one decently sized song, which is "Don't Turn Away." Or, oh god, what the fuck was it? Why am I blanking on the name? I can't remember it. They had one good one though, or one big one that popped off. Do You Call My Name? That's the one. These resub Juicy in the bits, Chan. And the Prime Nick. Where does Butt Rock get its name? I don't. You're asking the wrong guy. I don't know the genesis of the Butt Rock nomenclature, but I can tell you who probably helped get it there is the Butthole Surfers. Fucking, his name is Mud. I think this is probably where it started. Or my name is Mud, not his name is Mud. That would be my guess. That's Primus. Oh, fuck, wait, you're right. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Oh, I mixed them up. Sorry. Yeah, but not the Butthole Surfers. Primus. My name is Mud. Butthole Surfers were a totally different group. Primus is good, though. They're good in a really interesting way. Yeah, shit's wacky. Not Butt Rock, by the way. I feel like that definitely had something to do with the attitude. Because, again, saying Primus sucks and insulting Primus was literally cheering them on. So I feel like that started to change the mentality around just rock in general. But maybe I'm way off and it was something that started to gradually change way before them. Thanks, the resub cherry. Google describes butt rock as the fast food of rock music. I guess that's a good way of looking at it. The Nickelbacks and shit. Thanks, the Bits Wolf. And Tier 1 Jammy. Thanks, the Bits Drago. No, I haven't seen that one yet. Thanks, Resub Floyd and the Prime Canuck. And the Resub Cardinal. Watch a video about cryptids. I've already seen like every cryptid ever. These tier 1 crawls. There's a door skip in Resident Evil 4. Is it a cool skip? Let me see.
Okay.
How much does it skip? Is this going to end up being a good speedrun game? It seems like it could save a lot of time. Yeah, this looks like a cool trick.
Door. Unscoping. I want to rotate about about 90 degrees. About 90 degrees is how much we need to move.
Bet it could be. Yeah, maybe.
There we go. Easy.
Let's find another way.
It's still a super long game, though. But maybe it could get to like an hour. I mean, that'd be crazy if it got to an hour, but something like that. Thanks, resub lore. You can skip the village fight too if you shoot the bell yourself. Oh wait, what? Oh, let me see that. That's probably already being used in some early speedruns, right? That's a really cool little trick. Resident Evil 4 speedrun finished in an hour 25. This is OG. Where's remake? 4:14. Looks like this is the only one. Oh wait, no, this is just the full game. It's not even a speedrun. Looks like no one's running it yet. Thanks to resub Sloppy and True. Check speedrun.com. I doubt they'll have anything up yet. It's only been a couple days. Yeah, nothing yet. Thanks, gift sub Jamie. Just search the Resident Evil 4 bell skip. Leon can skip the village fight. How the fuck does that work? Why would that had to have been put there on purpose?
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Shooting the bell is logical. Yeah, but they had to have put that there on purpose. That's definitely not like a glitch. That's cute. Things are prime deliberate in the resub Wayne. You know, COD Zombies has one of the longest speedruns in the history of gaming. Did not know that. I can tell you the longest speedrun in the history of gaming, it actually just wrapped up. I didn't see who won. It's supposed to be today that they announce, right? Yeah. It's the RuneScape Max Cape. So typically maxing in RuneScape is something that'll take most people thousands of hours. I'm almost maxed. I'm 2 levels away from maxing, and it's taken me like fucking 5,000 or 6,000 hours. So this guy, Hebox Jong, and another guy named JCW over the last year or so have been competing in a speedrun competition to see who could go from start to max fastest. So I'm curious. Let's see who won.
8 months ago, I embarked on a journey to achieve the unthinkable.
Actually,
speedrunning and Maxscape and old school RuneScape. And along the way, I learned new methods, overcame obstacles, and had a lot of fun. But today, the journey is coming to an end. I present to you the final installment of the Maxscape speedrun series. After 7 days, 4 hours and 13 minutes, I decided to log in again when I got the word that the competition...
This is absolutely brutal, the methods they do here to do this. Like, they will be sitting here for 10-hour days, clicking the same spot over and over again, doing tick manipulation methods. It's mind-boggling.
And had caught up. Of course, right away, I geared for a run for the tree checking skill, collected a handsome amount of farming XP, should only be a couple more runs until we get 99 farming. And then
no
I
auto
logged
clicker.
out again.
They didn't cheat.
The next day, I went back to the Holy Land called the Quarry to work on some mining.
This
actually forgot to bring my infernal pickaxe.
3-tick mining, I
and when
think,
gearing,
right?
I
3-tick
already
granite.
was thinking, something seems off. I feel like something is missing. So I put the water rune there just to fill out my inventory. But I guess we get some extra fire making XP along the way. So, quick reminder of which skills I still need to finish before I can claim the red cape. 1 level cooking, farming and fire making. Then a couple levels
AFK
mining.
XP or it's
Still need to
nothing.
do
That's how I
ranged and also
think
power
too.
there.
Alright, let's see the final time.
And this whole series in general. But we are now on the last inventory to max total. And there it is, the final 99 and 2277 total.
Nice.
Oh, that feels good. Now I have to quickly make my way over to the Warriors Guild before everyone else does and I get blocked on the door. Yeah, too late. Time to hop worlds. Now on the island to buy the cape.
Alright, what was the final time?
That looks good.
I'm going to guess...
And now for the final step to finish the speedrun.
I'm going to guess just a little over 1,000 hours.
Check our playtime at Hans for the accurate playtime. And I didn't see his sneaky ass there in the corner, so we went for a little victory lap.
I don't know if 1,000 hours is even possible. I don't know how long they've been doing this.
And now, the moment you have all been waiting for.
32 days, 3 hours, 3 minutes. How many hours is that?
32 days, 3 hours and 3 minutes is the final time of the speedrun. And calculating that to hours, that is 771.
I wasn't even
completely
close.
Demolishing the 840 hour goal I've set myself. And I don't think JCW has a chance to beat this time. Back when we started Slayer, we leaked our playtime to each other, and the difference was around 19 hours back then. So it was all up to Slayer for him to close the gap, since mining is just mining, kinda hard to gain more than like 1 hour there. So if I had to guess his playtime, I would say definitely he got a sub 800, since I'm kinda blown away that I almost got a sub 770. But is he within 24 hours from me? Yeah, I think so. But he's saved by not that much. So between...
Let's see. Let's see how JCW did. Also, JCW's a fucking madman. Here, let me show you his last episode.
Hello,
so he got bored of doing
Hello.
just this.
Stop your brain for
So he started grinding
Coin,
another
and
account
adding
in
a second
RuneScape.
box coin to click generally made it more fun and doable.
This shit is
And
absolutely
here's a skill I'm about to
inhuman.
finish that I'm sure many of you forgot I even had to do. I'm finally finishing 99 smithing.
Yeah, let's see what his final time was.
7 months ago, I created a brand new account named Fast to Max with the intention of achieving Maxscape in the shortest gameplay time possible. I have an act and it looked very good. Because I was nervous about the XP dropping, I put my neck 2 inches from my monitor just to ensure that it only goes up from here on out. Things are starting to get a lot more consistent, and in just one level up, now at level 96, I managed to
Damn,
get
this is a
all the
great
way up
range
to
training
1.9.
method. Holy shit.
And at level 97, after seeing the XP rate climb yet another 20k, it was time for the ultimate challenge. Will we or will we not hit 2 mil XP per hour before 99?
Does he live in Gillinor in real life? He has a job.
Just 6k off the 2 mil an hour? Things were getting close as hell. I just got level 98, and I only had 30 bracelet to teleport there, a tinderbox, an axe, all that good stuff. EP down the drain, we achieved the max cape. It is now time for the hours played.
I don't think he beat Hebox Jong. Oh, that's close,
And there
though.
we have it, guys. 32 days, 23 hours, and 50 minutes. We're just shy of 792
Yeah, 20 hours behind. That's close.
Absolutely smashed our goal of 35 days played, or 840 hours. But we definitely could not have done it without all the support from you
Thanks
guys.
to Prime Deluxe.
And of course, the person who joined the race as soon as I made my first video, Hebox. This time, ends up being
Holy
a
shit,
world
what a
record
crazy
and the
speed
first
run.
ever completed Maxcape speedrun. So thank you to Hebox for letting me have that. But the reality is,
Thanks to
you were
Resubfused.
quicker than me.
Now do it again and
That
improve
one
your route. They're introducing a new skill. They'll have to do another Max Cape speedrun competition. Another fucking 700 something hours down the shitter. Shit is nuts. No pausing? No, they do. So, since it goes by total playtime, one of the methods they would do is for Slayer, for example. They would, how did they set it up again? I think they have 2 accounts that dance in order to lure all the monsters on the same tile and then burst them down. And while those alt accounts are doing that, they log out of this account to save playtime. So they did pause, like they did log out and shit in order to save time. Because it only counts in-game time. So realistically, they spent far more than 771 and 791 hours doing this. They spent well over 1,000 for sure. Because it doesn't take into account any of the times they were logged out setting shit up. How long ago did this start? Apparently 7 months ago. JCW said 7 months. Yeah, there is going to be a new skill coming to RuneScape. Don't know what yet. They've pitched 3. Taming, Sailing, and Shamanism. If I'm being honest, all 3 kind of sound like ass. Sailing seems fucking terrible. At the very least, Taming seems like it might be some kind of diet summoning, which could be kind of cool. Sailing finally coming after 20 years of people asking for it. Hey, I never asked for it. I've wanted a new skill for a long time, so if it has to be sailing, I'm fine with it, whatever. But that skill seems like absolute dog shit. Fishing trawler sucks. And I just have a gut feeling it's going to be something somewhat comparable. Plus, why would you ever sail to a location in RuneScape when you can just teleport? It seems like shit. It seems so fucking worthless. I really wish it wasn't a travel-based skill that people were really wanting. But yeah, I think sailing's going to be the one to take it, unfortunately. Sailing being pitched as almost roguelite skill with random encounters and shit. Yeah, but I just can't imagine those encounters being good. Like I said, I feel like it's going to be something very similar to Fishing Trawler. I just have a very strong gut feeling. I don't think we're going to be getting any kind of like crazy kind of encounters out on the Seven Seas. Very dungeon crawler roguelite style. We'll see. Thanks to the Prime Commissioner. You end up maxing? No, I'm about to hit 98 Slayer, so then I'll be one level away from maxing. I could have maxed months ago, but I've completely lost the motivation to grind Slayer. It's so fucking monotonous. And it's not AFKable at all. So, I've just been grinding it like 150, 200k XP a week. So we'll get there. Probably take another month or so. Content do you enjoy most in OSRS? Bossing. Raids are fun too. Yeah, I like the raids. Well, I don't really like Chambers of Zarek, but I like Theater of Blood and Tombs of a Masket. There's an... I haven't heard of that before, Pepper. What's it about? Thanks, Resub Bob. Look up the WWF Shockmaster. Brother, I have played this video at least 5 times like over the last 3 years. I am very well aware of the Shockmaster. I don't know how many times I pulled this shit up. If they're okay with it, if they want to relinquish the rights, we'll put the Shockmaster in the goddamn Moist Wrestling League. I am a huge fan of the Shockmaster. It's just that they were trying to debut a new wrestler, and it went a little Fuck. Yeah, Shockmaster was the best goddamn thing that WWE ever had. That guy could have been a real star. He's a Prime Thug. The resub Pawn and Graziani. The bits hazy. Or WCW, whatever. Gone too soon, man. Shockmaster. Rest his soul. Thanks to resub Snert. Yeah, that's what I was saying. If they don't want the rights to Shockmaster anymore, we'll put him in the MWL. Thanks to the gift sub Sneaks. Thanks to the Prime visuals. Alright. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'm getting tired. Alright, everyone, thanks for tuning in. New subs, welcome aboard. Sub means a lot. Thanks for subbing. Enjoy those emotes. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone. I'll toss you to... Oh, Jackson's streaming. He's streaming Spyro. I'll toss you to Jackson. I haven't seen him streaming in a long, long time. Thanks again, everyone. See you tomorrow.